Yo, what's up guys, welcome back. Next match, Cross-Banlist Cup, small finals, well the finals for, the decks pre-2014, so interesting one. This should be a rematch, right? Both these decks already played out their match once, if I'm not mistaken a couple of videos ago, but Windups versus Infernity, so both these decks, oh no, that's not true. Windups currently is the deck that's undefeated, right, on the right side, so technically, Windups is allowed to lose once this match, right? This whole match, like 3-2 for example, and then like every year, it will be a rematch, right? That's how it works. And it's still the same for this year. We've seen before, and looking at the votes from the previous video, the community tab from 2 days ago, a little under 2 days ago by the way, we see that Exceed Infernities is still preferred by the people, even though Windups won the last match, again, a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, let's see which deck has this one. Windups go second, and this is like a very clutch Veiler on Summoner Monk. The thing is that Summoner Monk for the deck, the Exceed based version of the deck, instantly searches Archfiend, obviously. Of course, if you don't have any cards in the hand, it could immediately net you a search, but I guess the fact that Exceed Infernities has access to multiple soul charge, you could definitely search like Greffer or Armageddonite, right, to set up Street Patrol, or maybe Archfiend in the graveyard already. Maybe a bit greedy, well, I'm not sure. I mean, Tiras definitely could have put the pressure on Infernities, right? Potentially popping one of the back rows, attacking over Laval Chain, but Forbidden Lands, that's cool. The top deck Archfiend, that's great, but I mean, the plays after that are very limited. I guess you could search, well, I don't think there's another Infernity Archfiend in the graveyard, so searching Necromancer doesn't really seem, too great. Maybe searching another Archfiend, go for a rank 4 Exceed play. I guess going for Barrier to, give the deck a couple of, well, one negation. Iffy one, right? The Book of, well, the Typhoon, the Typhoon. I was like, oh, come on, please give me a Typhoon, and boom! There's 3 in the main deck, so it's there, but it makes your tour guide such a powerful play, especially for the time. Remember, 2012 Windups, your 1-card tour guide into Triple Z Mighty plus another rank 3 Exceed play, for example. That was so strong, especially if you can follow it up with potential Windup Hunter loop, hand loop, plus a couple of traps, because this Windup list, or Windups back then, were somewhat trap heavy, right? So attack over Archfiend, sitting at, what is it, 1200 defense? I think it's not a lot. And here again, I don't have to fear Mirror Force, so I can just freely attack for game. So game number 2, Windups go second. Of course, I do, let me think, there's Triple Veiler and I believe Double Exceed, but none of them. And Infernity open good. I mean, Dynatherium giving you the extra level 4 on the field, plus the, the 1 less card in hand, I guess, if that makes sense. That's fantastic. So I guess this is basically full combo. We've seen this one before a couple of times in the previous videos. Double Laval Chain. Eventually you're able, with the second Necromancer, to reborn the Archfiend, search like Launcher or whatever, and Levier into Street Patrol, sets it up in the graveyard. Direwolf, very strange play, right, for Infernities. Popping your own stuff kind of reminds me of Insectors. But yeah, basically, freeing up more space. I guess depending on which cards you want to enter. I believe the one back row on the far right is an Emptiness. Yeah, indeed, and it is Emptiness. I guess, I think it's much better, to target your Emptiness first with Key Beetle. Now, I believe it was Necromancer. It's not going to matter. I do hit one of the breaks. I think we knew that was a break. But Snowman Eater, that's actually very good. But here in this case, nah, it doesn't matter. I know that Necromancer is protected by Key Beetle, but it really doesn't matter. So game number 3, go first, and here is where Windup, or at least the side deck for Windups for the time, definitely can come into play, like those triple dimensional Fissure, Shadow Imprisoning Mirror as well. And we see, I guess, Well, I was like, well, activating Dimensional Fissure, it's probably not important, but it actually is, because no hand traps, right? I believe, well, Mexi, I guess, can be chained to Dimensional Fissure, but much more important is that, you know how Dimensional Fissure works, all monsters sent to the graveyard are banished instead. So, as you know, materials from Exceeds are not banished, so let's say my Wind-Up Hunter, if I'm not mistaken, right, it will always would have been sent to the graveyard to be reborn. I guess the cards that would have been banished were, I guess, the wind-up monsters that were tributed by Hunter, right? And on top of that, I guess the early Dimensional Fissure could have like banished all the monsters in my opponent's hand. So banishing the Archfiend, yeah, that indeed would have been a bit better, but it's not going to matter too much, because again, that super confident hand for this card. Okay, you're working towards a potential Infernity setup, but still the Infernity deck needs to open really specific to capitalize on that, right? To capitalize on the Wind-Up Hunter hand loop, right? And that's not really too, at least the chances of that happening, it's not really too high. Again, Veil are so important. I guess the potential Foolish Burial for Armageddonite could have been Street Patrol. You know, Street Patrol, Special Summoning Archfiend, Lavalval Chain, another Street Patrol, Necromancer, Reborning Archfiend. I guess that line of play, kinda. But again, that's still quite of... No, for me, this setup could have been strong. I mean, 3 sets, probably one of those sets being the Surged Infernity Barrier, right? Now we see both of them, I think a Typhoon and a Trap Stun, so not the best, right? But yeah, I mean, I opt to go for the Wind-Up Hunter loop, but it could have been, a small downside, discarding, let's say, an Infernity card. Imagine one of the sets being Infernity Break, right? Yeah, then again, are you able to use Break if you don't have any cards? At least if you have any cards in your hand? I'm not sure. I know Barrier has that clause, but I'm not sure if, Break also has that one. I'm not sure, but nope. Nope, not this time for Exceed Infernities. The thing is that wind-ups are so strong. Those one-card plays like Tour Guide, wind-ups, Magician Shark, as we've seen before. Let's not forget the also, important side deck, stuff like Fissure, even though it wasn't seen in the last game, but Dimensional Fissure, Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, and so on. Again, those are MVP against a deck like Infernity. So, yep. Wind-ups has it, at least for the upper brackets. The next video should be up, let's think, Thursday, should be on Thursday, and that's the big finals, I guess. So the decks from post 2014, and Emancipator, one of the strongest decks ever in this game's history. 2020 format, COVID format is going to take on Performances and Pals, OCG decklist, you know how it goes. So again, like always, feel free to leave your predictions. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Leakum signing out. Peace.